see, it's two type of people in life.
From the area known as Patriot Place, EA Sports set for football at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Baltimore Ravens and the New England Patriots. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. This defense for the Patriots much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Jackson to Bateman there for the Baltimore first.
Injuries delayed Rashad Bateman's arrival into the Baltimore Ravens lineup in 2021, but he still put up 515 yards in 12 games as a rookie. The Ravens do believe a 1,000-yard season is more than possible from their first rounder in 2022. Here, he gets them a first down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now it's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. That's taken in by Duvernay. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. And a nice little start as he's able to get this up to the 28. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively, because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 10 more there and another first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
It's Ken Walker, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Jackson, option right, and they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
On 3rd down, Jackson. That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Pats are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, at the end of all that hit. It was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Second and 8. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. Stopped short, down at the 1. Had the broken tackle, but couldn't get it all the way home. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Patriots are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Well, Charles certainly circled that play. We might have to revisit it later. They had 3 in their back pocket. They go for it on 4th and goal and throw the pick.
Well, you know, we're still in the first half. A bold call nonetheless. And I guess the book might have said take the 3, but it looks like they burned the book and just said, give me the analytics. And the analytics said, go for it. Didn't work out.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. David Ojabo brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. No score after 1 on EA Sports. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now Jones. He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got him. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And some space here. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line.
The start of this game has me doing flashbacks and remembering when I was playing and seeing a similar start and seeing the head coach actually take a timeout and gather the whole team around him and tell everybody to get it together. Let's get some focus going here, because maybe he just sensed that maybe the whole team wasn't ready to play.
Yeah, well, they've gone interception, now fumble. Meanwhile, Jackson's throw complete there to Bateman. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
That is definitely what we call our defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the 1st down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Dobbins running out of the gun. And he's going to take this down close to the 1st as he's brought down at the Patriots' 13-yard line. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. And this offense on third down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Throwing is Jackson. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Here we go now on 1st and goal. Jackson from the shotgun. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Martin, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. They go play action with Jackson. He completes this to Walker. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
3rd and goal, Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Ken Walker with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Ravens post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Out left to Dotson. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And now it's 3rd and 4.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Throwing, Jones. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Jalen Armour-Davis in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. To try again after the sack. Jones looking deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Target is to Dotson, and he's got him.
And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down.
He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Over the middle, complete. It's Ross. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Dobbins trying the left side.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Give Uchenna Nwosu the credit for the stuff.
Let's face it, that's just a helpless feeling for a running back there. He's looking up to find a hole, and all he finds is a whole lot of ticked-off linebacker.
They go play action now. Jackson. And his throw is incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Jackson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
And the Pats are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Patrick Queen got in there to stick him. He gets the sack. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. They find some open field. There he goes, left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Damian Harris, as the first half is winding down. And the Patriots have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead into the locker room. Foot connects on the extra point, and they take the lead here at 7-6.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away from the 6. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson.
Bateman's got it on the crossing route here.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a one-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football.
This will be fielded inside the 5.
The Patriots take over first and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go.
And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
On 2nd and 12, Jones
setting up the screen. Harris.
And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Jones from the gun on 3rd down. Henry's got it out on the left side.
And he will have a Patriots first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Michael Pierce in all of his 340-pound glory gets the sack.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
72 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Off the play fake, Jones. He's going to float this one deep right side. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fielded at the 20. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return.
And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Well, I think after that run, the defense get back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them? And do I have enough confidence to make a play?
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Now this throw caught left side. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
Now to the ground. Here's Walker. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ross. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 12-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. And in for the Ravens touchdown. John Ross, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a 3rd quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But boy, they execute.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. It's a foot race. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And some room to work. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Folk, and that will make this a 4-point game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Before they can snap it, time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. You're watching the NFL on EA. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Rolling to his left.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and forever. From the gun, Jackson.
And he'll be forced out of bounds on the other side of the field.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Geez, I mean, what more can you say about Lamar Jackson? We know that he's got the quickness and the agility, but you know, if you wanted proof of his straight line speed, look no further. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins.
And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Jackson.
Repeated the last play, finding Walker.
And he's stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
They'll start the drive with Harris. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jones. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. The Patriots send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made.
Report!
Play action. It's Jackson. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Play action. Now Jackson. Looking for Ross again. He finds him again. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Walker will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on the stat sheet. But you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that gives him a 3-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line ready to go. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 173 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They'll run again with Harris. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you can do worse.
And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. Now Jones. And incomplete on the deep ball.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Desperation time now. Here's Jones. Open man, the tight end, Henry. And he is going to pick up a Patriots first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. To throw is Jones. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Jones. They'll let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Now a first down carry for Harris. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Jones. It's brought in by Harris. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. Here's Jones. Complete, it's Dotson. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So here's Nick Folk in an important spot. This to potentially send us to overtime. Folk's kick is good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So in the final minute, they turn it over to their kicker to get him back to even, and he does not disappoint.
Brandon, do you think the pressure ever gets to this guy? Because I sure don't. That was pretty smooth right there. But I tell you, he better not rest on his laurels, because there's a good chance they may need him again if this game goes to overtime.
Now that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43.
Well, so much for the worry about how they would be after losing their lead. What a big-time return to seize the momentum back.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They can still get into field goal range, partner. They got to work quickly, though.
I agree with you totally. Find a way to get the ball downfield and out of bounds. In a perfect world, they know what hash they want to get to for their kicker, and they already know the distance that he feels comfortable. That'll dictate what they do on offense.
See if they can get in his range. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Jackson to throw. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away from pretty good yardage, and that time they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So it's the Patriots who will have first crack at it as we're back underway here in overtime. Fielded just outside the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped it. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
3rd and 8 situation. A tough spot here in overtime on the opening drive. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points, and now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick six, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On second down, it's Walker. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 46 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory.
And Walker's somebody who just impresses you every time he steps on the field. He's a guy who was the Walter Camp and Doak Walker Award winner's final collegiate season behind a 1,600-yard campaign. 300 carries or more, that would be unexpected in his first season in the NFL.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off. But in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff for Dobbins. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground.
And he is in for the score! And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. So it's a win here for the Ravens, and it was just too much Lamar Jackson. He really played well.
Yeah, he was just on target all afternoon with 3 touchdown passes. They couldn't find a way to stop him, and ultimately...
I just scraped it off the top, cut it out the road, out the dirt, out the block. I was already sold out of work by 10 o'clock. Too deep in the streets, felt that baby, that meant a lot. Whenever she calls, do what I gotta do. I'm moving with a 2, I paid it out the boat. Yeah, tell me what I gotta do. Pull up in a bucket coupe, one for me and one for you. Yeah, like with the roof. I'm off the chain, don't cut me loose. Yeah, I'm off the chain, I'm off the noose. Yeah, getting picked off Bentley white like cotton. Residential so good, my doors don't gotta lock 'em. Watch the dirty money with oxy. I miscount cause I'm off a... Yeah, these bigger than a damn proxy. Call my he said copy. Get that plug like a boogie. I like riches, hit like nookies. You ain't scared of no, but you scared to put on your hoodie. Man, my like Woody. I just scraped it off the top, cut it out the road, out the dirt, out the block. I was already sold out of work by 10 o'clock. Too deep in the streets, felt that baby, that meant a lot. Whenever she calls, do what I gotta do. I'm moving with a 2, I paid it out of full.
New toys, convoys, 100K carats on my neck, my boy. That 100 bunny rabbits tryna get, my boy. From the cabbage I collect, my boy. Heard you is gorillas, let me check, my boy. Say nothing silly, you regret, my boy. Cause we got banana on the my boy. And I can send it in a text, my boy. Thumbs up or the emoji with the flex, my boy. Personalize every threat, my boy. Toll free, that's direct, my boy. And if you need a couple, I'm the connect, my boy. Off the top,
I just scraped it off the top, cut it off the road, off the curve, off the block. I was already sold, out of work by 10 o'clock. Too deep in the streets, felt that baby to make a lot. Whenever she calls, do what I gotta do. I'm moving with a two, I paid it out of full. Yeah.
It's another one. We got another one. It's her. Drop top, something.